Hi, and welcome to my channel. For those you new, my name is Dave and I work in financial services. And these videos are a big and journey towards financial freedom that will cover financial well-being, financial products so you, like me, can reach your goals sometime in the future. Now let's get into this latest video. Now this video is about my self-invested personal pension plan during the month of 2023 for March. Now, I do have a workplace pension, but I do have my own pension so I can pick my own investments because my current employer is somewhat selective on the options or funds I can control. Now, it's not to boast or brag or say, look at me, it's to give people an idea if I can build a portfolio of a sizable value, so can you. You just need to take some plans, some actions, but it's just to prove it is achievable if you create some kind of plan. Now, the aim of the portfolio is an annual growth return of 10%. For 2023, we're looking for annual dividends of £4,500 and we're looking for the year-end value of £117,000. Now, the portfolio year-to-date up to the end of March is up a very nice profit of 5.36%. Now, we have struggled during the month because of what's happened in, shall we say, the so-called banking crisis, which had an effect on our portfolio, mainly because it's, so we say, predominantly based in UK and in banking or financial services. The start of the month, the portfolio was worth £107,913. End of the month, we were down to £102,112. So a loss in the month of £5,801, but we are still showing a profit year to date. Now, contributions during the month, normal amount of £200, and the government has topped up the tax relief of £50 during the month. Our platform provider charges fees roughly about the same of £14.15, which is a portfolio or percentage of our portfolio value. And as we said, predominantly UK based. Looking at the following chart, 84.7% in the UK and Europe, 13.02% in USA and Americas, and 2.11% in Asia and emerging markets. But we are trying to de-risk across from the UK towards sentiments on future investments. Now, during the month, we received some nice dividends. Our portfolio is giving a yield across our 15 shares of 3.52%. And if you look at the chart, we received dividends on the month of £223.36. So year to date, total dividends £263.44, well below our threshold, but a lot of dividends will be paid May, June, and it will put us back on the track. So where did we receive them dividends from? Well, from one of our funds, a Bally Gifford Positive Fund, £7.56, from Shell, £36.16, from BP, £30.08, from a smaller company's fund, £2.51, and Barclays, the bank, gave us a nice dividend of £147.05, which we did reinvest 2 days later, gave us 97 shares at a cost of £1.50. So it will hopefully grow the dividends within Barclays moving forwards. Now we're going to break this into two parts now. Where are our holdings held? So firstly, we're going to look at our shares and then we'll look at our funds. So we've got 15 shares, 10 in profit, 5 in loss, £81,337, which is 80% of our portfolio, of which 68.61% is in the FTSE 100 and 11.25% is in the FTSE 250. Now, items of note within our largest holdings. Our largest holdings are Aviva, 4,320 shares, £17,500, makes up 70% of our portfolio, but it did give a very nice dividend, which increased 40% as a result. So final dividend of 20.7p, which will pay us £895 in May, which will be reinvested. So a very nice dividend during the month. Our next holding is Lloyds, the banking group, 33,286 shares, nearly £16,000, 15% of our portfolio. Our next is Greggs, the Bakers, 278 shares, £7,700, makes up 7% of our portfolio, and our best performing share to date is actually up 100%. Very cash rich, is paying a very good dividend. Our next shareholder is Drax. We own 7,326 shares, 7% of our portfolio, has struggled lately, but again, it's up 100% since we bought it, and it does pay a very nice dividend. Back onto the banking sector, we own HSBC. It was done for diversification, although it's UK listed. 1,076 shares, £6,000, 5.8% of our portfolio, and again, very good results. It will pay a very good dividend at the end of April. It will pay a special dividend moving forwards. Now back onto the insurance companies. Legal and General, 1,937 shares, £4,500, 4% of our portfolio, but again, dividends were increased. Final dividend of 13.93p against 13.27p, and it will pay a nice dividend of £269 at the end of May, which will be reinvested in our portfolio. And then some of the smaller stocks we own. We own JD the Retailers, 2,500 shares, £4,500, 4% of our portfolio, again up 100%. We own Barclays, was increased during the month due to the dividend reinvestment, 3,038 shares, £4,000, 4% of our portfolio. But like the other banking shares, it's well below its NAS asset value, but it has been hampered because of what's happened in America and obviously the effect of the Credit Suisse. But just go to show a very nice dividend, a very cash-rich company, and a nice long-term hold. Other shares we own is BP and Shell, roughly £3,000 each, and Sainsbury's £3,000. Now, other companies we do own is Penn and the Water Company. We own AJ Bell, the platform provider, Card Factory, and we own AJ Bar. Now, AJ Bar, the drinks provider or the bottles producer, did give very good results. Revenue was up 8%, dividend was increased by 9%, but it makes up about £1,000 of our portfolio. So, a collection of shares, some in profit, some in loss. Has struggled during the month because of what's happened with the banking sector, but as we've proved, we've got two nice shares there, which is going to give us £1,250 in dividends in the coming months. Now, let's look at where our funds are held within the portfolio. So, a lot less funds. We own 7 funds, 3 in profit, 4 in loss. £20,500 makes up 20.13% of our portfolio. And we have actually been reinvesting all monthly funds into one specific fund. We are purchasing the Fidelity World Index. So we did put £240 in that month, and we will increase our contributions, but we've done it for diversification. It's got a lot of funds, but it has very small fees. Now, some of the holdings we own of note. A Legal and General Technology Fund, £7,000, 7% of our portfolio, but owns about 280 shares. Has struggled during the last 12 months, but it has had a very good recovery during 2023. So for the last 12 months, it's not really made any money, it's not lost money, but it's in a much better position now than what it was, let's just say, at the start of the year. We own a US smaller companies, £3,500, 3.5% of our portfolio. Has struggled lately, but it was done for diversification away from the, shall we say, the major players in the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Our next holding is quite selective, Bally Gifford Positive Change, £3,500, owns about 35 shares, 3.5% of our portfolio. Our next holding is a UK equity fund, nearly £3,000, 2.7% of our portfolio. Again, it was done some good quality companies. All long-term names, safe, secure, guaranteed, but it was done for diversification. One fund that has struggled though is the Global Growth Fund. £2,200, 2% of our portfolio, but again it was done because we were solely UK based. And hopefully when that gets, back into profit, we will move that into one of our, shall we say, tracker funds. Now the fund we have been purchasing lately is a Fidelity World Index. At the moment, we've made contributions in the last 3 months. We now own £751, makes up 0.7% of our portfolio, but it owns about 3,500 stocks and the funds or the fees of 0.12%. We can just switch off, leave it. We're going to just grow that portfolio or that holding over the coming months. And then our final holding has struggled recently. We put £1,000 in. It's now worth £690. Makes up 0.68% of our portfolio, which is a UK smaller companies. Now normally smaller companies will outperform larger companies, but it's been affected what's happened over the last 12-18 months. But hopefully it will recover. But it has had, shall we say, a disastrous 12 months. So a collection of good funds. So some in profit, some in loss. Makes up 20% of our portfolio, but it was done because we were solely, shall we say, 100% UK based. Remember, these are my own opinions, okay? We've got 15 shares. We've got 7 funds. I can manage them myself. I'm happy to manage them, but it just proves to show investing should be safe, it should be boring, it should be seen as a long term, okay? It will hopefully meet our objective, 10% year on year, but it's done for a specific purpose. Remember, investment is not a get-rich-quick scheme. But it proves if I can build a portfolio of 6 figures, anyone can build a portfolio. You just need to put a plan in place, okay, and take the appropriate steps. And remember, if you like the videos, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again in the next video.